Hi again, I'm Paul Chartier. The second half of the program is just as awesome as the first. Our friends from Opportunity Work and Learning, OWL, Margaret Agee, the Center Director, and David Boggs, President and CEO. Thanks for coming in to do this.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Paul.
Who is OWL?
Well, OWL was established in 1961, so we've been around a few years, and our whole mission is to educate and equip individuals with barriers to employment by partnering with their community to reach their vocational goals. So we have a manufacturing center that we do the job training in it, and then we have other supplemental programs that will help them better become prepared for their job and get a job.
Beautiful Ralph that was here earlier. Is he the kind of person that you work with at OWL? Who are the people in the manufacturing plant?
Most of the people in our manufacturing plant have the ability to do high-skilled technical manufacturing work, and so they come from a diverse background, different areas. Some have physical disabilities, some have mental disabilities, some have both, ironically, and then there's others that come into our workforce that have other barriers to employment, such as ex-offenders that are trying to re-enter our society, and so we believe in giving them that second chance and that second opportunity. And a lot of those individuals are not just an ex-offender, but they have other barriers such as physical or mental disabilities as well.
Well, that's probably what got them in a lot of cases in the position that they're in.
Yes.
Is the little old lady still working for you?
Oh yes, she's been with us for a number of years, and she's there every day working.
I'm
and
sure she is.
I tell everyone when I take them on a tour of our facilities that she's the vice president.
That's a great title for her. Margaret,
Yes.
You're the Center Director.
Yes.
And tell me what you do at OWL.
Well, part of my job is looking for new creations of programs, things to expand the services that we can provide to individuals. We have a great manufacturing side, but not everyone wants to do manufacturing. Just like you and I have different jobs and interests, so do they. It doesn't really matter what your disability is, you still have those key interests and desires to achieve and things like that. So we're always looking for new programs to satisfy those interests and needs and abilities. So,
many years ago, early in your career at OWL, it didn't look so good. There were companies moving away from doing things at OWL and doing things in-house. You have done a great job at OWL, and your team is just fabulous. You keep adding all-stars like Margaret. Tell people some of the partnerships that you have in the area.
Paul, we have a fantastic leadership team there, and all the way down from the custodians all the way through. Everybody's committed to our mission, and that's what makes OWL successful. We partner with 26 different manufacturing groups within this area, and we do a lot of packaging, assembly, sorting, third-party inspection. We have about over 150,000 square feet of space that we use every day. Right now we have about 100 and some employees that are there working. As a matter of fact, we're working 2 shifts now.
Good.
Some of the work that we do is shipped as far away as to China instead of from China. And we also ship multiple parts for companies like Snyder Electric, Train, and Webasto all over the United States every day. We send approximately 13 to 16,000 parts a day just for one of our companies.
And when you started at OWL in the lean years, you didn't have that many partnerships.
No, we've been really blessed the last 8 years and have grown our partnerships from about 12 to the current number that we do. Of course, not every one of those we do work for them every day, but during the month of May, we did work for 21 companies.
Wow.
In June, it was 19. We're quoting some work now for some other new companies. We do such a diverse array of work that we can meet any customer's demands.
Well, for people watching that may be in manufacturing, what would be a thesis sentence to them to say, this is what we do, call me if you need some help?
If they do anything that has to do with packaging, kitting, assembly, woodworking, for instance, we recently made a hood shipping case in our woodwork shop for a NASCAR hood. Their project, that was just a one-time project for that particular hood, of course, but we can do projects that last 1 hour to infinity.
Margaret, you are fairly new at OWL. What drew you to OWL to say, this is where I want to be?
Well, I had worked with Al previously as a state voc rehab counselor. And in between there, I had gone to the VA and served veterans. But I had a great knowledge of the company, and I believed in what they did. I loved the partnership that we had already. And getting to know them, I knew most of the employees there and the staff, the counselors there when I was with voc rehab. And so it was an automatic draw to me. It was sort of like coming back home of the true rehab family. I know the heart that that company has for individuals, to helping people achieve their goals, help them improve their lives, not for today, but for tomorrow and on into their future. And it's more than just get you a job and boom, you're done. You know, we have relationships with these people. They will come back and check on us and say, hey, how you doing? They just appreciate what they get there. It's so much more than just a job. So.
And we'll talk about the golf tournament in a minute. But when people are at OWL, this beautiful woman that's been there for years and she does her function, but do people graduate from OWL? Do they stick around for a while? How does that process work?
Well, the whole mission of OWL is for people to come and receive training and then enter into the workforce. So we have a basic 15-week training program, and during that program, our employment consultants work with them to help find jobs in the community. And our community goes all the way through Bluegrass Area Development District. But of course, to keep our level of manufacturing steady and keeping at the pace, because every Monday we start new people going through our program. So we have to have a core group of people like the lady that you're talking about and others that are there every day maintaining that flow of materials that have to be shipped out from our facilities.
Are you at capacity right now, or can you take on more work?
Oh, we're always taking on more work, and we always lease additional facilities if we need them. Right now, we have about 25 or 30,000 additional space leased because we have some extra projects. We're doing a project right now from Snyder Electric that is a return project from Home Depots all across the United States, where we're just doing a repackaging for them. And so that takes up quite a bit of space. If you can imagine how much space 60 or 70,000 breaker boxes take up, then we always need additional space and always looking for new projects.
And we'll talk about golf in a minute. What are your biggest challenges right now at OWL?
The biggest challenges, I guess, one, I guess, would be perceptions of who we are. Many years ago, we were a workshop serving only the most severely disabled individuals. And we still serve them in a section program called supported employment, but we are no longer a workshop. You know, we have a fully functioning manufacturing plant, and of course we have the rehabilitation part of that as well, which we work as a partnership. We're a team with the manufacturing. But trying to pull away from that workshop mentality and attitude, and trying to educate individuals of what we do and how we do it. It's very complex. You can't do a walkthrough and understand what we do on both sides.
Right.
There's so much to it. And I guess the labor market these days is very challenging. You know, with the labor force as it is, the jobs as they are, you know, we've had some economical hard times. So when you have individuals with some pretty significant disabilities competing for the same jobs that individuals with no barriers and no problems, it's really hard to convince that employer sometimes. You know, we do a great pre-screening to make sure it's a good fit for your company.
Right.
We work with them to make sure they have all those needed skills. It's a great fit if you'll just take the chance. And so sometimes breaking down those barriers and misunderstandings, I would say that's probably the biggest challenge.
And to your credit, to give people a head start on that function, so when their time is up to graduate, they're just ready to be plugged in, and there's maybe even less training. So I'm trying to think of Lexington without OWL, with these companies that have all this need of things that need to be done. And on the other side, you've got these employees, these citizens that have these skills they need to get back on track. And I can't imagine our city without OWL.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about golf.
Oh, yes.
What's going on with golf?
Oh, yes. We have a foundation at OWL, and it's called, fittingly, the OWL Foundation. And for the last 6 years, we've had a golf outing as a means to raise a little bit of money, but more importantly, as a public relations tool for our organization, so that more people will learn about it, just like this activity we're doing now through Heart of Gold. And so this year, we're having our 7th annual OWL Foundation golf outing event at the University Club on July the 31st. And you can go to our website, which I know they're going to show you in a second, and you can learn more about that event and register as a golfer, as a sponsor, whatever you want to do. Last year we had 108 golfers, and we're expecting that many again this year.
And this is an annual golf tournament.
Yes.
And the target people that you want to golf are whom?
Any business person, any avid golfer, or anybody that wants to be an avid golfer. We welcome everybody because it is in a scramble format, so everybody enters that on a level playing field.
Are you working with the Manufacturing Association of Kentucky?
Oh yes, Kentucky Association of Manufacturing will be having a foursome there, and they're one of our good supporters and good friends of our organization.
How long have you been with OWL? 8 years?
8 years.
Are you finding that people are more understanding of what OWL is and it exists, or are you still having to overcome telling them that OWL's in Lexington?
Well, there's always an opportunity to introduce OWL to new people, but we have done a real focused effort the last several years to introduce people to OWL and make them welcome. And if anybody doesn't know about us, we invite them to come out for a tour and learn more about it and be a supporter. I tell everybody that goes through our facility, you're now an ambassador of OWL.
Good for you. And you have a website and a phone number?
Yes.
What would that be?
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot again. Okay, our website is owlinc.net, and our phone number, of course, is 859-254-0576, and we invite you to call and come out and visit.
And Kennedy Road is off of Newtown Pike. And in the last minute, do you have any need for volunteers?
Yes, we always welcome volunteers because we always have individuals going through our program that we use volunteers to help do job search with, help resume building. We also use volunteers to come in and do mock interviews with our folks, which gives them a different face than us all the time, and that really makes a difference.
So we're not shutting you out. Do you want to say anything in closing about OWL and how much you love your new job?
Well, I do love my new job. It doesn't feel new anymore, but I'm learning new things every day. All I can say is OWL is a wonderful place for any individual, and we serve individuals with the whole gamut of issues and variations and individual personalities, just as we are. And it never gets old and it never gets boring. And at the end of the day, we all get to go home and know that we've done a good job and we've served others well. So.
Margaret and David, yes, you have, and you're jumping on board of a successful train. It always was not that way, and you did a great job of resuscitating it, and you're really to be commended.
Thank you, Paul.
You're doing a great job, David. OWL in Lexington, thanks for really making a difference in our community.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. I'm Paul Chartier. Go to their website, click on volunteer, donate your time. If you're from the manufacturing background, they would love to talk to you. Thanks for watching.